Nomenclature of complexes containing complex cationic and complex anionic species. This is one of the most important type of IUPAC name. There is no formal method of determining the oxidation state as we already studied. You have to use trial and error method based on the variable valency of each element. Therefore, for the examination, this question, question paper ISC examination, this type of questions are there. Therefore, please give more importance and do all the exercises and try to get the answer. I'll send the answer once you complete the assignment. The coordination compounds containing complex cations and complex anions are also quite common. Such coordination compounds are named by writing the name of the complex cation followed by the name of the complex anion. That is a system. First you write the, as usual, you write the IUPAC name of the cation. After that you write the anion following all the rules of the cation and all the rules of the anion. Now, the complex cation and the complex anion are named exactly the same way as described earlier. Following examples illustrate the procedure. CrNH3 6 times is a complex, and another one, that is COCN6. From this, it is very clear that this cationic and anionic complexes are neutral because the charges are the same. Therefore, you have to put the value of chromium and cobalt in such a way that the charges are equal and but it is opposite. For example, the first one's charge is +3. You must get here -3. And depending upon the variation of this oxidation state of the metals, if the first one is +2, you must get the second one as -2. Therefore, as a whole, there is no sign or no charge and it appears as neutral. The complex as a whole, no charge. Cationic complex and anionic complex possess charges but equal and opposite. What is that equal and opposite charge? Only by trial and error method we can find out that charge based on the valency and the variable valency of the central metal ion. Therefore, let us try. Chromium most stable valency is 3. Therefore, let us put valency 3 first. Cobalt most stable valency is 2. Let us try whether we get equal and positive and negative charges. Chromium +3 plus 0 into 6, that is ammonia neutral into 6. Therefore, 0 plus 3 plus 0 into 6, that is +3. Now, cobalt, the variable most stable valency is +2. +2 into -1, that is the ligand is Cn, -1 into 6, that is +2, and -6, which is equal to -4. That means the charge on the top is -4. That is, one is +3. The other one is -4. Therefore, this you cannot accept. Let us see another valency for cobalt. Cobalt shows the valency +3 also. Therefore, you put +3. +3 -6. It will give you -3. That means the first one's charge is +3 and the second one's charge is -3. Now it is correct. Therefore, whatever be the oxidation state that you got, putting the metal ion, write it so that in order to name the cation and the anion, we need that oxidation state. Therefore, write it in words. Oxidation state of chromium is plus 3 and cobalt is minus 3. Now you can write the UPSC name. Hexaamine. See, small letter. Amine spelling AMM double M. Chromium. 3 is the oxidation state. Don't leave any space, even though that is we are going to write anion. Hexacyanido. Don't write cyano. Cyanido. Cobalt is represented in anions as cobaltate. 3 is the oxidation state. Write 3 and put a bracket. This is the IUPAC name of that compound.